Rob Chrystie, head coach of Southern Knights. As a young kid, I was always involved in sport. I loved sport. Actually, tennis was my kind of first game up until 16, and then I kind of had to make a decision: was it tennis or was it rugby? And ultimately, coming originally from Hawick, rugby was the game, and I enjoyed playing with my friends and everything. So when I eventually retired and finished playing, Mike Dalgetty spoke to me and says, "Look, we'd be quite keen for you to stay involved if you would." So I was roped in, and then we're 8 years down the line, and I'm still here. So I suppose the biggest thing for us is now that there's a real expectation on the players to develop and get better. And I suppose that is good for the game, and it's good for the young players, but it's also good for some of the more senior players within the groups that are really trying to drive it for these young guys to create opportunities for them to come through. Probably was in the olden days where players were training 5, 6, 7 times a week, and they were just doing it because they knew that that's what they had to do to progress to play for Scotland. So I think that's one of probably the best things about Super 6. It has now put a real expectation on players now to do more and hopefully improve themselves to be able to play at a higher level. We felt that if we were to be the franchise within this area, that we'd like to try and open the doors and create opportunities for other players, and young players especially, that have got aspirations to progress the rugby. So some guys were offered contracts or spoken to. Some took it, some didn't. But hopefully moving forward, you'll see more and more young guys that have got aspirations and that have done well for their clubs be able to progress through the Southern Knights. Ultimately, we've always, as a club, or a Melrose Rugby Club, have always wanted to be at the top end of the club game. We feel that we work hard to produce our own players and provide a platform for players to come in and progress. So we work hard in creating a pathway for our players. And I suppose the biggest thing that we kind of talked about was making sure that there was still that pathway internally within the club, but then how do we extend outwards and create opportunities for players that are playing at Hawick, Jed, Selkirk, Kelso, and any other border teams especially, to if they wanted and if that was their goal, to come in here and progress through. We're very, very fortunate, we've got an international pitch out there now. All the players at Melrose and the Southern Knights are very, very fortunate, from the youth right up through the whole club now, and Southern Knights, which is trying to expand out a little bit. So training is obviously brilliant. We do our reviews now, our previews, and then we're straight onto a 3G pitch, and it doesn't matter whether it's raining or whether it's windy. We can produce a really quite purposeful and meaningful session, which obviously helps with preparations moving into games.
An additional fixture outside of the Super 6 competition was the game over the Christmas period between yourselves and the Newcastle Falcons, looking to raise funds for Doddy Weir's foundation. How great was it to be involved in an event like that?
Yeah, look, it was an honour to be involved in it, if I'm being honest. Obviously, Doddy's got the trophy with Scotland and Wales named after him, and now he's got this trophy named after him as well. So it's a fixture that's going to continue annually, which is great. And it's something that the players were very excited to be involved in and felt honoured as well. And it was quite an emotional day, 6,000 people clapping Doddy when he's standing there having a pint was pretty surreal in the middle of a game, but it was great. It was a tough game, very challenging. The boys gave a good account of themselves, but they were pretty clinical as well. But again, it's something that's hopefully the Super 6 competition and Southern Knights can really build upon and grow. As I said, it's going to be an annual fixture now, and it was great to be able to support Doddy in that way as well. So yeah, it was great.
You guys getting your first win on Friday night. How do you think that'll propel you guys heading into the back end of the season?
Oh, look, you're hoping it's going to give us a little bit of a momentum, but we've taken a bit of time to settle as a squad. We've been a little bit unlucky in relation to losing some senior players, but we're not going to use that as an excuse. Some of the guys that have stepped up have shown up really well, some young guys especially, and they've been given an opportunity now to put their best foot forward. We have got a really competitive and quite happy squad that are all working and pulling in the same direction, and I suppose there's a lot of motivation now to really get better, because we want to be up there, we want to be trying to win games, but ultimately we've got to understand the processes that we've got to go through to get to where we want to get to. So yeah, look, it was great to get a result on Friday night, but we've been very honest. The boys have been reviewing the game within their groups, and you know, there's a lot of good information coming through and accurate information, which is great, because ultimately it's these guys that are playing the game. So now they're determined to get better, and that's the main thing.